Hi everyone, Mark here from Universal Asylum. Now look, I just thought I'd come down and have a little chat about these cunts. Now, those of you who aren't from Australia and perhaps aren't familiar, Centrelink is our, I guess, social security system or welfare system in terms of, or part of a welfare system in terms of I guess financial welfare and the dole and all those horrible things that everyone wants to vilify people for. It's absolutely insane. It's it's supposed to serve, or I guess in lip service is supposed to serve as a safety net. However, it's more like a fucking fishing net in the fact it just, once people are caught in it, they're often stuck forever, and then I guess there's all that soul destroying social stigma around it, the dole bludgers and all of that type of thing. It's sort of I've got a lot of problems with this institution now, and there's some gratitude as well. Not everything they have done is I don't want to come across, I guess I'm trying to like to come across critical, in the sense of being constructive without, I don't want to come across like I don't acknowledge some of the genuine efforts and good that they do in society. I mean, I myself have been on a disability pension for, most of my life, and since I was around 16 or 17, and I might look fine, but and I might have a lot to offer the world, but I also do face considerable disadvantage in terms of intellectually and things like that. I never would have been able to get through my university degree if I didn't have my disability pension. I couldn't have maintained work and study. University burnt me out as it is. I'm also, I guess the nature of my disabilities, makes me, I guess, more likely to have experienced difficulties keeping employment or gaining employment in the first place, but then maintaining employment and stuff like that. A whole range of broad challenges I probably don't really have the time to go into now, or maybe it's not the time and place, whatever. However, there is a massive ways which I am very critical of this institution. Now, I actually did my undertook my first social work student placement, which was 6 months, it's probably just under 6 months, I think it was around 400 hours or more. Must have been more than, can't remember. It was basically, full time for, a semester. However, the semester duration wasn't 6 months. And then we probably had some, class time. I think it might have been 480 hours over the 6 months, and then, additional class and study time and stuff like that. But anyway, the point is, I undertook my fucking student placement at Centrelink, and, one of the things that, people will go to Centrelink and see the social worker. There's only, this institution is, where I worked, there was actually, I think 2.4 social workers, in the sense that there was 2 full-time, that was at Salisbury, my main office, and then 2 full-time, 1 who come in for 2 days a week. I don't think this office actually had a social worker at the time. See, Centrelink would rather, what Centrelink seem to like to do is they employ people for, the minimum amount of money and then have a high turnover. I think, if they have unexperienced people, they can, charge them, or pay them only, the minimum government wage and stuff like that. Quite problematic and stuff like that. Also, one of the massive problems is, although there was very, invaluable study experience that I had, and some very good social workers very well aware of the, I guess, systemic fucking troubles of a bureaucratic fucking organisation, which is in very much many ways more concerned about money than the outcomes it provides for its consumers or customers, as they call them. I see one of the massive, and my supervisor was very competent. He worked most of his life there, and from his position, I guess I played a role in undertaking I guess a component of some of his social research type stuff as a student, and where he'd been working to I guess try and inspire some I guess constructive changes in some of the insufficiencies of that system. So I don't want to, like I've said, I don't want to come across like I am I don't know, I am still very fucking critical of it, and even that whole experience made me very critical of the fact that, although you've got these very competent workers with coming from the right place, ultimately these organisations are often, the bureaucrats up top putting the pressures on these organisations that, people with really inappropriate qualifications, a lot of time business degrees, and things like that, who are all about financial fucking outcomes that aren't necessarily in the best interests of individuals and really the collective of society as a whole. One of the massive straight up issues I have with this institution is its outdated patriarchal economic ideas that are very much structured around that traditional breadwinner family structure, relationship structure. Really this institution needs to fucking stop considering relationship status. Now, like I've said many times before, I don't know that I even believe in monogamy, those type of relationships. There's only ever been one person in my life that I've been sure that I possibly could have committed to, and she I don't even know that I was fucking right about that one either. I don't really know. I'm a bit disappointed, I guess. I didn't expect her to be with someone as fucked up as me, but I thought she would. I don't know. I thought she was a bit more courageous, and a bit more. A bit less cruel. I didn't think she was a cruel person. I'm confused by a lot of that, but it doesn't fucking matter anyway. I might not never see that one again. But the point is, this institution, the way in which it fucking basically contributes to fucking domestic violence by taking fucking relationships into account, and this insistence upon clinging on to the traditional family model, absolute fucking bullshit, and it actually does it in a very sleazy way. For those who don't know how they structure their single, and it's not like they give a base payment and then have $30 difference if you're in a relationship. They have the relationship status is attached to the entire fucking payment. So then if someone breaches what they consider a relationship, and if you unpack queer theory I've discussed on the website about gender, what actually constitutes a relationship. Sometimes you'll have more intimate relationships with your squash partner, that you are completely non-sexual with, have no other financial fucking ties to, but yet for some reason, if you have a fuck, Centrelink thinks it's okay to fucking put their hands in your pockets. This is extremely dangerous. It also makes it very difficult. It adds difficulties for people escaping domestic violence and stuff like that. In terms of, if you've got two people on a fucking couple fucking payments, and then one person's trying to escape that and has to change it, whatever, the other person's payment changes as well, not to mention the fact that these payments are so fucking low that they trap people. Even the minimum wage for a working person basically, when you consider things like the prices of our housing, the prices of a car, all of that stuff, the prices of those were all set over, however many, I guess as a percentage of someone's wage over time, or, things like that. That was all based around the family, the traditional institution of family, and now we've moved away from that. We haven't changed our fucking economic systems, including our welfare system. But I mean, like, the point is, even on working income, a lot of people are basically choose to forced to choose between a relationship and poverty. Or backed into a corner where they cannot. How the fuck are they realistically meant to escape? And in this day and age, with our technological advancements, there's absolutely no reason why we don't have enough fucking housing, except for the fact we are clinging on to old, outdated fucking economic systems. Straight up. By rights, as in terms of relationship status, they should be, if they are going to take it into account at all, which I don't believe they should, it needs to be a separate attachment to a payment. Instead, but no, they take it as an advantage, and then what they'll do is, if someone, and then you got all these, so what is a relationship? If you've got, if you believe in polygamy and you're, bisexual, and you have maybe a male and a female partner, what, do you fucking get your pay slugged fucking twice? Absolutely, it doesn't fucking fit. None of this stuff fits. It's all about those outdated fucking institutionally or culturally fucking, constructed fucking, I guess binary style fucking statuses. So instead of fucking, basically, if you've been in a relationship for 2 months, instead of adjusting what would really equate to, maybe a fucking, probably under $100 or $200 discrepancy, because for that $30 a week difference, they will turn around and give the person a fucking $1,600 bill. Because they will go, you weren't eligible at all. Absolutely criminal. Those aspects of this system. The other thing, when I guess what I'm looking at for socio-economic reform is, Universal Asylum will eventually is intended to replace these systems, and how it will, part of what it is, recommending, or part of what I was formulating throughout my university degrees and stuff like that, was the stratification of employment and welfare, and community participation, which very much should be tied into a universal fucking welfare system. That attaches different levels of payments to different things. Now, this has all kinds of different, rationales behind this. Part of that is, firstly, as we move towards a automated society, and I guess it's, helping people with those transitions by reducing working hours as we move towards a automated society. Now, there will always be a certain amount of need for some specialist roles and some labour type roles. I do believe a tier system of employment where, instead of having people burning people out doing these fucking repetitive tasks, or sitting in front of a computer, or, all the countless ways that work burns people out, not to mention the, psychological impact work has upon, and this is something that we don't talk about. We go, drugs are bad. We do not talk about the fact that work kills more people than fucking just about anything. Work fucking causes more health issues than just about fucking anything. And instead we're just going to work. Fuck, I fucking meant to bring my fucking whip, right? We make people fucking sick, you know. So by having tiers of employment, you know, I guess that makes things more healthy. But also, what I'm suggesting as part of Universal Asylums, one, I guess, automated one world leaderless system of governance ties in to our welfare systems, that employment and community participation. You know, I totally believe not only things like education should be ongoing as a stratified component of your, I guess, welfare, you know. So that way we need people to be smart, we need people to be adaptive, we need lifelong learning, and we need that to not only be free, it would make sense to make that, to encourage that as, fuck you, plane, fuck you, you fucking noisy cunt. Yeah, to have it paid as an incentive for people to pursue that lifelong learning. Also, we need people to have access to information. Oh, it's difficult, I no longer have access to a university database and all of that sort of shit. You know, we need people who are adaptive, but we also need to not be, you know, there are basic types of education that, you know, I guess, what do you call them, sort of standard type shit, you know, like fucking literacy and numeracy, although that gets complicated because which fucking language are we going to use? Well, I think, personally, I'd like to learn Spanish because it applies to so many other, I think it does, sort of that Latin type stuff filters into different, a lot of different languages, but also into a lot of our medical and stuff like that. But that's, you know, my personal thing. Who the fuck's to arbitrate all that shit? But, you know, I think we need people to be pursuing the learnings of what their ability, you know what I mean, nurturing that diversity rather than trying to create fucking clones to, you know, education and economic system used to require like fucking men to be hard and tough to do the hard manual labour and women to be fucking whatever, to fucking look after the men to do the shit fucking, you know, it was all about creating human capital to undertake these fucking, you know, quite fucking, you know, injurious fucking task, you know, to get where we are. I mean, things have advanced massively over the last, they're increasingly advanced in my lifetime. I mean, I've just gone 39. Fucking the amount that technology is advanced in my lifetime, we need systems that are capable of advancing to that, capable of providing social stability whilst adapting to the change. You know, changes that our political system, it cannot and will not and never was able to facilitate. You know, I'm also, you know, as part of that stratification and those of, I guess, welfare systems and our economic system or whatever you want to call it, you know, things like, I guess, community partnership programs and education, trying to think what other stuff I had tied in there. I've got all sorts of, you know, ideas that I feel are good, you know, health type related things to encourage people to, you know, do that little and that. Then instead of creating, so rather than having a safety net, so you've got one job and then if you lose that job, your life is completely fucking destroyed. You know, it creates a safety net so that as I guess roles become obsolete, like I've discussed with the DMT, and the potential for that to drastically reduce our need for roles like physiotherapy, chiropractic, massively reduce the roles for, you know, in our healthcare system and the pressures on our healthcare system. Certain roles we are going to have, and we need to, like, when I started my fucking job, and I'm the poor cunt, I got the worst job of all of you, you know, like, you know what they told me, like, our purpose is to do ourselves out of a job as social workers. Thing is, people are fucked, man. Like, I've got like less chance of doing myself out of a job than all of you cunts. But like, doing yourself out of a job doesn't necessarily have to be a problem if we have a fair fucking system. You know, we need to recognise that some of these people have dedicated years to their life to fucking careers and stuff like that. That if we make obsolete and have a system that just fucking basically treats people like disposable fucking items. You know, the problem is the system. The problem isn't roles becoming obsolete. Well, imagine if we could automate everything. I mean, people would go fucking mad. We need to slowly start facilitating those transitions and introducing people to a more soulful society, really. I mean, one of the other things with fucking our governments need to get through, what is work for? Like, did you notice that fucking we took nearly a year off work and fucking society didn't collapse? I mean, I'm not saying there hasn't been like massive implications elsewhere in the world, possibly. Like, I know I've heard that fucking like the world thinks Australia's fucking piece of shit for closing our borders and that, and I'm quite frankly not fucking surprised, really. You know, but the point is, governments see work as as a form of social control, keeping people busy. Work. We're going to burn you out, and we're going to pretend that us as psychopathic governments aren't creating all the stress. We're burning people out. We've got our whole system's at capacity constantly because, fuck, look, we've got our medical system so fucking at capacity that if something goes wrong, they can't just expand. You know, we can't have spare beds anywhere. We can't have, like, you know, yeah, we can't. We've got to have everything. And what we've created is a very ill-efficient system. Our political system is that, exactly. So where's all the money going to come from? Mark's fucking mad ideas about, but that's mad. What the fuck is it? It's a Tirana. Fuck, haven't seen one of those in a while. Yeah, where's the money? So where's the money going to come? For a start, here's you save a bit of money. You fucking want to talk about bludgers, cunts? We got fucking computers, right? We are in a position where we can create fucking computer systems that no longer have to pay fucking politicians. We no longer need these cunts. We don't no longer need to pay these fucking psychopathic cunts who, in their pretentious fucking charade, pretending, I don't know, are they incompetent or are they just fucking psychopaths? They want to pretend they're going to fucking help. They're not, fuck. All the stress, save the stress of the fucking, you know, there's a big chunk of money, but you know what they never talk about? They talk about, the dole, you know, they never talk about how many fucking welfare payments. It's fucking, I was surprised, I learnt it in my placement. It's fucking, pretty sure in the billions of dollars of unclaimed Centrelink, everyone. Billions of fucking dollars in there that fucking most people don't know they're fucking eligible for. Very deliberately. I mean, it is. I can see the complexities of that. It's hard. How do you create a safety net that helps people without, you know, I guess if you give them the answers, you know, if people know what they need to be eligible for stuff, then I guess people will, it's possible people might fabricate that. But I mean, anyone, in my experience, like for anyone to fucking think that like being on the dole or being on welfare is a fucking, they're choosing it, you're fucking insane. You know, I mean, I have been a little bit better off on a pension, but you know, the other side of, you know, the intellectual disabilities and all that, I'm not particularly great at fucking managing money either. You know, like, you know, and I do my best because I'm not fucking good at managing money. I have created my own fucking systems. Like, I make sure the money goes straight out. My fucking rent's paid, my power's paid, all the things that need to be paid are paid first, because otherwise I'll forget shit. So I just make sure I pay the fucking bills first, you know? And that's, you know, I've just had to recognise my fucking, what do you call it? Like assets and liabilities, you know. I know that I'm not that great with money, so I do stuff that, you know, like when I get my fucking loan, I will invest it in updating a vehicle or paying for the insurance or whatever, you know, because otherwise I'll spend it on fucking, you know, iced coffees and shit. There we go. So where's the money firstly? Yep, no more fucking politicians. That's going to save a heap of money. Also, the automated systems of, I guess, government are intended to be far more efficient and save a great deal of social costs and the financial costs that go with that through creating policy in a far more efficient manner. Without passing the buck on to other services. Now, here's the other big one. Now, I have been pushing, I'm demanding governments to sign over all rights and authorities to DMT and other fucking forbidden fruit that have been considered sacred by countless fucking indigenous and ancient civilizations that have been forbidden from our society or our culture. To Universal Asylum in perpetuity, forever, right? For Universal Asylum to proceed with its unsanctioned research in a sanctioned manner. Now, look, I'm the one who's worked it out. It is DMT is a fucking nutrient. It is specific to our central nervous system, and it installs fucking or facilitates fucking or induces generalized autoimmune responses that increase in power and efficiency of the immune system by fucking over tenfold. This needs to be studied. This has the potential to facilitate so many different I guess has countless medical applications in terms of assisting in Western medical treatments. However, this also needs to be explored with its broader therapeutic value that it offers society in terms of its reintegration into society. Now, this will generate a hell of a lot of funding. Because these things need to be produced and all, you know, there's a whole range of roles and complexities that these things will create. Now, me personally, I am willing to fucking, like I've said, I am pushing for these to be signed over to Universal Asylum as a world trust, as well as, the care and protection of Universal Asylum as a world trust, with the intentions of fully exploring the profound value that these substances offer our species, and I guess managing that in a socially and environmentally ethical manner, and rediverting all of those proceeds back into Universal Asylum as a world trust, which is challenging governments to formally pledge their fealty to Universal Asylum in working collectively towards a one world leaderless system of governance to facilitate a broad range of functions. Like I've been trying to, one component of Universal Asylum is major economic reform across the board, and it has to be global. And for these systems to work, it has to be down to a micro level that basically takes over a central role in our welfare system. Now, these are fucking long-term goals, but however, these need to be looked at fast. We are running out of time in terms of the problems that we face with it, in terms of our fucking environment, in terms of our aging population and the ever increasing pressures that is creating upon or imposing upon our health systems, and not only our health systems, on the working human capital like me, you know, whilst I'm madly studying, you know, for my social, to be a social worker, you know, like on my disability pension, to have my father dumped in my care, and then, you know, that would have been hard enough on its own without the cruel treatment that I experienced from that psychopath that we have as a fucking social worker. Oh God. You know, however, like, you know, we're going to have a lot of people experiencing grief and loss, and they're going to be the people who are working capital. Like, I mean, I might have like intellectual disabilities and be a bit like different and shit, you know, like, but in the right context, you know, like maybe I have stuff to offer, like, and that's the other thing, like, I'm not only, like, if I'm right, and I am fucking right about DMT, right, I could, what, I'm not asking to fucking have it, like, what, signed over to me so I can be some fucking greedy fucking rich cunt. I'm willing to dedicate my life. I'm asking it to be signed over to Universal Asylum as a fucking world trust so I can dedicate my fucking life to building a fucking system that is going to, I guess, hopefully is intended to help our fucking species put down their fucking guns. Basically trying to secure the future of our fucking children and everyone we fucking love, and our grandchildren. I mean, my boy's fucking 20 now, and he's got a girlfriend and a fucking motorbike. He lives in Whyalla, and he doesn't have a 4-year-old yet. That's pretty fucking special. Fucking, yeah, right, I fucking done well. I don't know, I hope he doesn't make the same mistakes as me. Oh fuck, I just called him a mistake. Nah, not necessarily, he's not. It's just, like, things, you know, it's life. Life is messy sometimes, you know. I wouldn't change it for fucking those aspects of it as the world, you know. Becoming a father, even though I hadn't planned it, fucking changed me for the better, you know. You know, the reality is, with my experience with the world, without, like, my influence of my beautiful fucking son and daughter, my beautiful children, and even my daughter that I don't fucking know, like, you know, I don't know that you know, there's still people I love, but mate, you know, that any parent knows, you know, it's different, like, the love of a child, like, you know, I have to fight for the world to be a better place. You know, I might not be able to fit in and be normal. Get a job. They make shit so fucking hard. It's like they don't understand, like they can't even read, like, disability pension, and they make it so fucking hard. I remember at university, and they'd always do it when I was in peak assignment time. Oh, you've got to prove it. You've got to prove you're studying. And you know what? None of their systems fitted up. Like, what the university called a course or a subject was different to what fucking Centrelink called a fucking course or a substance. So I'd have to get them to write special fucking letters to prove that I was doing my stuff, otherwise they're going to cut me off my fucking payment. Even though, like, their policy says, you will notify us if there's any changes. Well, I haven't notified you cunts, which means there wasn't any changes. You just want to pester people. And this is a whole, like, creating jobs. Let's fucking get these bullies to bully people. You know? Oh. Yeah, and then it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, when I look at, like, hear about stuff like what they do with people on the dole, you got to apply for 30 fucking jobs. Right? So there's no jobs. There is no jobs, but you have to apply for 30 fucking jobs, right? So you got every fucking person, right, sending in all these bogus fucking job applications. Then you got some fucking poor cunt is fucking going through all these bullshit fucking, we created a job, aren't we smart? We're so fucking smart. We're fucking geniuses. We're from Centrelink. We're really smart. We're creating work for everyone. You fucking burning people out, you fucking morons. You're creating work that makes it fucking more difficult for fuck, people have to actually go through these fucking applications. You know, you don't need people, they don't need people, the wrong people applying for fucking work. They don't. It's simple. So by creating these jobs, like, yeah, by creating all this extra job, it's absolutely insane. You know? However, they don't, there's an old man coming. You know, none of that stuff is looked at. It's, critically. Yeah, you know, so it's absolutely insane. Like, I'm on a disability pension, and even I can work out that is fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. And this is our government run by fucking stupid cunts, who then put out fucking, basically fucking propaganda and instill that fucking ideas of fucking dole bludgers and ideas of fucking, you know, so you've got people who are forced to live in a fucking unsafe fucking environment. You know, the price of the dole, even on a pension, I'm lucky. I would have never got not only my pension, I was lucky enough to get government fucking housing. And I did a lot of fucking work, like, but people get, like, you know, what I had to go through. I spent fucking getting off of drugs and all of that sort of shit. I spent, like, it would have been 18 months in institutional care between going through the woolshed in 2004, then through their halfway house, that was about 9 months. Then I went through towards independence. There was another fucking, through the Salvation Army, like an independent living program, before into and I had to live by their fucking rules. I fitted some eligibility criteria in ways and stuff like that as a parent, and, you know, I was able to, like, I guess use different things such as, like, my history of drug addiction to get housed in a little bit, like, safer environment. You know, I never would have got through university without that stuff. You know, a lot of people on the income this provides, they're forced to live with, often in violent environments, because they can't afford to fucking live anywhere else. You know, even the price of a fucking single room in a boarding house is absolutely ridiculous. People can't, it's not like you can spend a bit of time in a room and save up to get somewhere. It's absolutely insane. These cunts, of course, yeah, they forget that, like, the reason why you're on a disability pension, and they just make it so hard, even, like, reporting earnings and all of that sort of shit. You know, and then if you don't ring up at the right time, I remember I did a little bit of work, like dance teaching for a little while, training up to teach for, that was when I wasn't very long lived. It was only however long, I don't know, a matter of months or whatever, but you know, I had to report my earnings, and I was earning about 30 bucks fucking, I don't even know if I was earning 30 bucks a week. Might have been 30 bucks a fortnight, I can't remember, because I was on a training wage. It was fuck all, right? But then you couldn't report it early, but then if you were late, they cut your fucking whole pension off. I'm at uni studying, and then all of a sudden, like, I haven't remembered because I've got a fucking disability, and these cunts, right, they give people disability pensions, but they don't understand what a fucking disability is. And then all of a sudden you got no fucking money. I ended up, like, that didn't inspire me to fucking, well, it certainly didn't inspire me to look for more work. Like I've stated, I quit that job because I didn't agree with the ethics, and there were other pressures on top of university, but to me it didn't sit well. I couldn't take that unethical salesman's approach. I didn't agree with the ethics of, you know, the job. I couldn't do it. It didn't sit well morally with me, and you know what, these cunts, oh, it's a lifestyle choice. You have to go out and rip people off because we said that. Because then you're contributing to our shit society. You know, and this is we need to be working towards making all roles obsolete. Work, they do treat it as social control. It's like, because they know if you've got a job, everyone's got a job. That's why we have people standing there with their backs fucking up, collecting donations, irritating us in the supermarket. And those donations will never solve those problems. You are never going to solve the third world problems unless we change our entire fucking economic system. No amount of fucking donations in Woolworths is going to save that. Is going to change it. No amount of donations is going to save our oceans. We need big, massive, comprehensive social reform. The system is not fucking broken. The system is completely fucked. You know? And it needs replacing. It is a primitive, outdated fucking system that is about 2,000 fucking years old. The same one that led to the fucking collapse of the Roman Empire. It was never designed to serve the population. What direction are we heading as a fucking species? Well, we're just going to keep work and fucking consuming and destroying everything fucking so we can all live shit fucking lives and blame everyone else. Oh, choice, it's your choice, you chose. Get a job. So fucking how about every cunt just chill out? How about we explore the therapeutic value of fucking DMT, right? And other forbidden fruit, and we see if we can use that to fucking, alleviate the problems of stress and pressure on our fucking health systems. And we can give Mark a job. First time, I haven't had a job for fucking 20 years. Worked really hard trying to get a job. Fuck you. And then we can channel the proceeds back into the fucking community in solving some of these fucking problems. Trying to figure out, and instead of having capitalist cunts who are controlled obsoleteness on fucking shit technologies, how about we use decent fucking technology to do it? Do it fucking properly. And save money like that. I mean, what these cunts, you know what? I can fucking not do the maintenance on my fucking car and go, oh, I've got a big bank balance. Oh, look at me. I saved the economy. And let the car just completely fucking deteriorate. It's going to cost me down the fucking track. Same fucking goes for a fucking society, you dumb cunts. I might be fucking mentally fucking retarded, but even I can fucking figure that one out. You know? And you need to fucking walk away from, we need to update these fucking bullshit, patriarchal fucking, economic fucking structures. Fucking you cunts need to fucking do that. If we want to solve problems like fucking domestic violence, instead of going, oh, someone should have done something, well, I'm trying to fucking do something, and it's a lot better than just lining all the men up and cutting their fucking cocks off. Because you all want to blame fucking men for everything. Pretend women don't fucking abuse as well. But the thing is, we are creating you create systems, situations and circumstances where people can't fucking get away from each other. Or where they've got value systems where they think, oh, I've been rejected, I'm going to hurt this person because a religion told me an eye for an eye. You're fucked in the head. It's all fucked in the head. So that's my fucking little contribution to fucking society. I'll probably get locked up for fucking, burning the flag because it's the only way I'm going to get these cunts fucking attention. I've done everything the right way. I fucking was polite to everyone. I went from being a fucking drug addict. One day I'll tell you my fucking story about being a drug addict. I fucking changed. I had to change because I was gonna fucking die. I was dying. And what I had to do to fucking achieve and maintain my recovery involved fucking massive amounts of honesty and fucking ongoing commitment in fucking changing myself, working on myself, my fucking personal development and being a better fucking person, just to get fucking stomped all over by a fucking bunch of shit cunts. How else am I meant to fucking get heard by the right person, meant to go around and sucking cock? than get someone to go, oh, Bart's a great bloke. He sucked my cock real good. No, get fucked. I will fucking show the world who I fucking am. You know, this is me. This is what I've been trying to fucking work towards. The social worker, the fucking, the interface between people and their fucking environments. This fucking environment's fucking toxic. You know? What, you cunts create fucking poverty. And then what, we employ the police to fucking police it. Fucking put them cunts in danger too. Put every cunt in danger. You know, half the time, every time you try to fucking interfere to solve a problem, you create fucking 10 new ones. Prohibition, massive fucking example of that. Of course, can't employ people. Oh, you took a drug. You can't have a job. We're going to put you in, you know what? And then we'll put you in prison for 180 grand a year. Fucking economic outcomes. We're real bright fucking cunts, aren't we? Fucking Jesus. You know, it's interesting, you know. I have literally been driving around on fucking amphetamines for fucking years. Driven around, I was fine driving, allowed a fucking broken collarbone, fine to drive around on your oxys and shit. But if you take drugs, so if a doctor gives you drugs, it's safe to drive. But if someone takes a drug, you're gonna charge them with a criminal offence and make sure they can't fucking. I mean, I haven't been on my ADHD medications for over a year now, but yeah, I've spent years of my life on ADHD medication, straight fucking pure fucking amphetamines. And fucking don't affect my ability to drive at all. You know, but when I like look at how they apply that to their fucking laws and then fucking tie that all in with their participation and put people in fucking poverty, and then when they are in these desperate positions, they end up in our fucking prison systems, and then when we put them in our prison systems, you take away all their good qualities. You throw them in a pen and fight to fucking survive, and they lose all the healthy qualities and routines that they had, all the things they had going for them, all the good stuff they had to offer society. You know? Well, I think too much. Yeah, I do. I fucking, like, you know, I've been surviving in your shit society for a long fucking time. Trying to survive, but it fucking hurts me, the amount of fucking pain I've seen, the incompetence of institutions like this cause. You know? You are part of your system is contributing to domestic violence. You are contributing to people being trapped in these circumstances that result in all of these massive stuff that everyone goes, oh, someone should do something. Well, how about we change the whole fucking system so people aren't trapped in these situations? Anyway, I'm fucking stressing the point and shit. I should probably fuck off. I think I fucking covered most of it. There you go. The fucking little bit of fucking Universal Asylums, fucking chat on fucking Centrelink and our fucking welfare system. And, you know, not only being critical of it, but providing a fucking, you know, I guess an alternate model in the stratification of our welfare systems and I guess employment and community participation. And, you know, how some of that ties into, you know, all other systems such as education and things like that.